my old sketchbooks, and it took a lot of courage to go through them without cringing. But I realized how much I improved and how I lost my fear of sketching over the years. So I compiled some of my study notes and tips for learning to sketch better, and I want to share them with you to hopefully help you on your art journey. Making these feather-like lines was my automatic tendency, and a way for me to feel less scared of potentially making a mistake. The only problem is that this limited my experience and results. So I think it is important to gradually build confidence when drawing in order to discover more of our artistic range and convey our ideas clearly. I found the best way to practice this is to draw with ink directly. It helped my relationship with mistakes become more healthy and strengthened my willingness to take risks in my drawings. This took me a while to realize, but starting my sketches small forced me to simplify my shapes to make them as readable as possible. It also made it easier for me to spot mistakes in proportions. This is why I love small sketchbooks. Aside from their portability, the pages are easier to fill and they help me see the big picture and have better overall control. Sometimes I like to set an objective before drawing. This helps me focus, have a clear ending point, and track my progress based on whether I achieved my goal or not. It also adds some challenge to the process when I'm bored. For example, my goal for this drawing was to use square-ish shape language. The result was this interesting composition and shape variations. While it is helpful to set goals, doing so constantly feels restrictive to my creativity. I balance this by incorporating mindless drawing. My favorite way to do this is to find an album that I never listened to before and draw while listening. Music becomes like a fuel for my creativity, and I find myself so immersed in the process. The end result is not important. This is about giving freedom to my intuition to guide me. I noticed when I put effort into making my sketchbook pages presentable, I got excited to draw more. This also helped me refine my sketches without losing their essence or turning them into complete paintings. I love to do this by coloring and framing some parts of my sketches to create a focal point. I'm still learning to let myself make ugly drawings and mistakes, not only to learn from them, but to learn about myself in the process. This dialogue from the movie Bicentennial Man lives rent-free in my head.
Take chances. Make mistakes.
Mistakes?
Yes. Sometimes it's important not to be perfect, okay? It's important to do the wrong thing.
Do the wrong thing?
Yes.
Why? Oh, I see. To learn from your mistakes.
No, to make them. To find out what's real and what's not. To find out what you feel. Human beings are terrible messes, Andrew.
I'll grant you that. I see. This is what is known as an irrational conversation, isn't it?
No, this is a human conversation. It's not about being rational. It's about following your heart.
And that's what I should do.
Yes. And you have a heart, Andrew, you do. I feel it. I don't even believe it sometimes, but I do feel it.
And in order to follow that heart, one must do the wrong thing.
Yes.
When I first heard the term visual library, I was a little bit terrified. I felt like I could never memorize details of so many things and store them in my mind for eternity. But I learned that probably not how it should work. Sketching from life or photos helps us observe our subjects and their characteristics. Then we interpret them in our own way. This interpretation then becomes a part of our visual vocabulary, and our mind recalls it when we try to sketch from imagination. This process has been so helpful in refining my style and preferences. I always stress myself about getting out of my comfort zone and how important it is to experiment and stay uncomfortable. But I never paid attention to how important my comfort zone actually is, and how staying away from it for a long time can leave me feeling lost and exhausted. So I find it important to identify where I feel safe artistically and go back to it when I've gone too far. I like to do that by drawing silly little drawings that make me smile. Art has always been my hiding spot whenever life got unbearable, but over time it became much more than that, which made attempting to draw with no form of self-care really difficult, and eventually took a toll on my creativity. Art is a result of everything that you are. It's like the juice of your mind and body. Wait, that sounds gross. But please take care of yourself and remember to take a break and even stop drawing completely.